Hey everybody, Happy New Year. I'm so glad you're here. I am just coming out of being sick for a few days. Holy moly, I was in bed most of the time. I went to bed at like 7 p.m. New Year's Eve. What a travesty. I did set my alarm for midnight so I could call my friends and wish them a Happy New Year. And then I was in bed pretty much all day yesterday also. It was miserable. But I'm starting to hit the rebound here. And the other day I did a video about resolutions. Actually, I didn't do a video so much, but I had asked on Facebook what were people's resolutions. But the video I did the other day kind of touched on the fact that I don't do a yearly resolution. I actually do monthly resolutions, and even resolution is kind of a strong term, but some people had reached out and they asked me if I could explain a little bit more about it. So here I am. About 2 years ago, actually a little over 2 years ago, I was checking out another hypnotist's, a very famous hypnotist's blog, and resolutions had come up in there. It was their podcast is what it was. And he was talking about how he did one resolution, just like a word for the year. And I thought, well, that's interesting, having just that word to focus through. I forget what his word was 2 years ago. But I decided that what might be a little more practical and useful for me is doing a new focus word every month. And the cool thing about it that I've been doing in the past 2 years is that every month I choose a word to kind of use as a lens to focus what I'm doing. Sometimes there are things that are necessary. Last January, infrastructure. A lot of things had changed with my business. I was adding havening to my practice, and I was working, with some new people. I needed to change a few things with my paperwork and my infrastructure. So infrastructure all through the month of January. That was kind of my goal. Didn't mean that I wasn't doing anything else. It just meant that I was focusing on that. And lo and behold, at the end of January, I wasn't finished. I still had more infrastructure. I found that if you own a business, you know that once you start working on that, new things pop up. And so February became infrastructure as well. And so that worked out well. Then I believe education was one of them. So I was learning some new strategies and techniques. I don't remember. I'm going to have to look back, but I think there was one that it was mostly about family, just kind of really focusing in on my family. So the cool thing about using these focus words is that, number one, if I need more time, I can add more time. I can add another month. It's not a big deal. Number two, it kind of keeps it timely and topical. I know that if something is coming up that I need to adhere to, let's say I want to, do another warrior dash, that I'm going to want to prepare for that. So physical training might be what I'm doing the month before or during that month to prepare for that. I may be taking a new class. I may be focusing on my havening. It may be marketing. It may be promotion. It could be reflection, just self-reflection. It could be spending time with my lovely wife, Leslie. It could be almost anything. So people had asked me about that, and I have to say that since I've been doing it, number one, I find that I've been able to accomplish the goals that I set out to accomplish more easily. Number two, I don't feel a heavy burden of not fulfilling a resolution, because this is really more of just a focus word. That's all. I have fun with it. I have a good time. If the word isn't working out, if it's something that it was maybe short-sighted in nature, and it was a word that I had addressed. In fact, the first year I did this, it was like that. I forget what the word was, but I wound up really addressing it within the first week or two, and I I was able to just choose a different word. I did a video on it and said, hey, I'm changing it up now. Or maybe or was it the word? I'm trying to think, but I had to change it up. And maybe the word wasn't specific enough for what I needed or wanted. And that's a really cool thing about it. Now, when it comes to resolutions, I get results helping people get their resolutions. If you've got a resolution, you want to be a non-smoker, you want to get fit, you want to eat better, you want to, treat people better, you want to deal with your anxious feelings, you want to finally deal with your trauma, you want to, whatever it is, if you give me a call, I'll help you get your resolution done. All right? But let's start looking at the evolution of resolutions. You like that? In fact, maybe that's what I'll title this, The Evolution of Resolutions. And in that Facebook post, when I was asking people for their resolutions, quite a few were like, I don't make resolutions, which is kind of ironic. It's a resolution in and of itself, isn't it? But I'm with you, because I never quite, resolutions for me, everybody that I knew that made resolutions, it would give them something to do for the first few weeks and then feel like shit about for the rest of the year because they didn't accomplish it, right? Yeah, I worked out for about a month and then I kind of fell off and I kicked myself. I get the purpose and the desire for a resolution. So now I'm just saying, let's change it up. Let's make it a monthly focus word instead, a focus goal. Now, if you are hell-bent on having a yearly resolution, I support you. What I recommend for those is break them up into small, edible bits, okay? So if you want to manage your weight better, pick one thing that you can do. You want to eat healthy foods. You want to eat more vegetables. We'll even get more specific. You want to eat more vegetables and lean meats. There you go. Focus in on that. And then once you feel comfortable with that, then you can expand. You want to walk every day for 5 minutes. Something that's doable. I was watching a video or listening to a coach. I forget what I was doing. I'm telling you, man, I need to do this when I'm not just coming out of a sickness. But what they said was when you go for a goal, when you're doing push-ups or whatever reps you have, is they suggest that if your maximum weight is, we'll say 50 pounds, 10 reps, that you do maybe 25 pounds at the 10 reps, or maybe just do 5 reps at the 50 pounds. So do half of what half of what you can do, and that way you give yourself that sense of accomplishment in the brain, in the insane and the membrane part. And so your subconscious will accept it. And then when you start to build, you're going to be building stamina, you're going to be building muscle tone, you're going to be building muscle anyway. But what we do is we incrementally move forward. How many of us have gone to the gym? We've started just cranking it out. I know with these guns, you're surprised I even need to go to the gym just because I'm so, yes. Oh, I think I just broke something. That's how muscular I am. Yeah. So, but we go to the gym. I remember being younger, go to the gym, maximize it, do it. And then I'd be so sore that my desire to go back to the gym would wane until before I knew it, there was another gym membership that I paid for that I was not going to use. But when you feel good and when you're when you're accomplishing these goals, you're going to want to go back because it does feel good. And you're not going to feel like you've had the crap kicked out of you after one workout. So when you're ready for help with your resolution, if you want to make your resolution last this year, reach out, 760-985-8270. Oh, now's a good time. Like the video, share the video, all these things. I forget to tell people that, and I get admonished for it all the time. You're not telling people to like the video. So just click the thumbs up if there's a thumbs up. All right? I appreciate that. But give me a call, 760-985-8270. I can help you with your annual goal, whatever it is, even if it's just getting in the right mindset for the resolution. If you want to talk about different approaches or attaining monthly goals, reach out to me. 760-985-8270. I was talking to Barrett Ladefoged, my friend and the CEO of coachinginlife.com, and we were talking about the difference between resolutions in Denmark. She's in just outside of Copenhagen, and the resolutions we have here. And it was really kind of an interesting dynamic. So, yeah, hell, head over to coachinginlife.com if you really want to get a resolution, get things in line. You can get my services through there as well. But yeah, reach out. I get results. My approaches get results because I take a holistic approach. We deal with the conscious mind, we deal with the subconscious mind, we deal with the physical structural changes that have occurred to the cells in your brain and remediate those, got to do a factory reset on those. And honestly, you're going to enjoy working with me, working in sessions. That's one thing a lot of my clients can say, that even though we deal with some traumatic issues, even though we deal with some anxious feelings, dealing with stress, we're dealing with some heavy things, it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy the process and still take care of business. It doesn't mean I'm any less serious about my goal for you, because remember, that's my selling point right there. I get results. All right. You also want to reach out soon. My rates are going to be going up on the 15th. So reach out to me soon to get last year's rates. Until we meet again, everybody, inhale relaxation. Exhale tension. Be well and have a great new year.